Hi guys, welcome back to another live stream. In today's live stream we are flying the newly released Fly-by-Wire Simulations A380, and this is completely free, so if you want to get this, go and download the Fly-by-Wire installer, and yeah, it will be available to install from there. So this is the plane. We're in the cockpit right now. I've got no camera view set up. And first impressions, it's very heavy on performance. So yeah, I do have a pretty beefy system as well. So be interesting to see how not as good systems handle it. But anyways, and I have turned frame generation off, so that's not factored in, if you're wondering. And we do have a cabin. Which of course I'll set up some views at some point, but for now we're just going to get into flying the plane. I'm only doing a short flight. It's completely unrealistic, but it's just to get the grips of the plane. Never flown this before, never seen it before, so I'm just going to be learning like a lot of people are going to be. And yeah, so I'm just going to keep the door open, because why not? Yeah. So it'll be a bit stuttery and laggy, but one, we're at Manchester with scenery, Mako simulations, and number two, we're on a very highly dense aircraft. So yeah, don't expect the insane performance today, but we can live with it. Oh yeah, I need to set up my sim brief. So a good thing that I'm live, so I can show you how to do this. You can head over to, let me just remember how I do this. Pin programs. No. Sim options. Well, that would be logical. Realism. No. Third party options. That'd be useful. Oh, here we go. Override sim brief user ID, and I believe it's 7850. Is that right? Nope. So I am. What is my account number? So you need to find out your sim brief username, and then head to third party options. So we are. We need to get our Navigraph set up as well. So I'm just going to scan this on my phone, open it up, sign in with Google. Well, as you don't need to do that because it depends how you logged in, but yeah, just scan that QR code and then log into your Navigraph account essentially. Yeah. You can't see this for good reason, but you know. Approve. Allow. There you go. So once you've gone through the steps that you just scan in the QR code, you should be all good to go. So I am now logged in. You get your SimBrief Pilot ID from your account settings in the SimBrief app, and you type that in there. And this is in settings and third-party options, which is here. And yeah, and then you can link your Navigraph if you own the Navigraph subscription. If you don't own the Navigraph subscription, then you can ignore that. Navigraph at the top, and then SimBrief user IDs. This is free SimBrief for your flight plans. And yeah, yeah, I haven't done anything with the plane, so if anything's wrong, then it's wrong. But there you go. There's my flight plan now because I've linked my SimBrief. We're going to view the flight plan on my iPad. So yeah, so just another heads up. It might be a bit stuttery and laggy, but you know, it's all good fun, isn't it? So I'm just going to get the plane started up. Let's see what are the binds. So that's the bind. So we're going to get external power on first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Bloody hell, that's loud. Yeah, external power on. You've got 4 switches. One there, one there, one there, one there. Then we want to get the 4 batteries on, which are all here. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're your batteries. We'll get the IRSs aligned, so we can. Got no bind set up or anything, so yeah. IRSs are here. One click up to nav. That wasn't the correct order, but you know, if you just do all 3, it doesn't actually matter on the order. So don't worry about that. God, it's laggy. I'll have to sort that lag out. But anyways, putting all that aside, we're going to get the emergency exit lights armed. We're going to get our nav lights on to let everyone know that we're in the aircraft. We're not online or anything, but you know, standard procedure, I suppose. You want realism. Crew oxygen supply, which was there. Ground control can come on, but that's auto apparently. We've got entertainment, which is already on. Not sure if I've got some sort of assist on here, but yeah. Again, I haven't touched the aircraft. I've literally just downloaded it. So yeah, do be mindful. There's no smoking lights to auto. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all good for now. We can head back to the default position, and the aircraft has semi-powered up, I suppose. So we're going to head down to the FMC, or what is it, a McDo on here? It's a McDo really, I think, but you know, it all means the same thing. So we're going to get the flight plan in. So flight plan, no. Again, I've no idea. Oh, here we go. So we are FlyByWire 57 Tango X-ray for the flight number. We are going from Manchester down to Paris Charles de Gaulle. Again, it's not realistic, but I haven't got a lot of time. So we're just going to get to know the plane. And we're going to do company flight plan request. And down here you can see it says uplink insert in progress for the longer form for that. I do hope audio is all good. I know that no one's watching, but you know, I do hope the audio is good anyway. Received company flight plan insert, and there you go. So you've got a cost index, which was automatically inputted from the SimBrief uplink, 53. We've got a flight level of 390, which is ridiculously high for the length of flight this is, but hey-oh, we'll do it anyway. We'll do it anyway. Our cruising temp is minus 56 degrees. Tropo 42,334 feet. And yeah, trip wind we need to get from the flight plan. So is there an EFB shortcut? There is. So we need to get our trip win, so we need to get our OFP up, and we need to zoom in. Zoom in. So see cost index there's correct at 53, according to our OFP. And our average winds are 193 at 6 knots. And our average wind component, which is what we need for the trip wind, and that is 5. Nice and low, which is what you like to see. There we go, trip wind of 5. And yeah, that is our flight plan, basically inserted via automatic sympathy uplink, if you like. I do plan on making a tutorial video series for this, but you know, that's going to be out at some point. I will have to find out some optimization for this. Optimization, I'll have to find out if lowering some graphics settings may help, as I've had to turn off frame generation because I was getting this weird stutters with it. So we're going to get lower frame rate, but it's going to be playable at least. And yeah. So, departure. So, runway. Let's find our runway. We are departing off 23 left today at Manchester. 23 left via the Sambi 1 Yankee standard instrument departure. Sambi 1 Yankee. Samba 1 Yankee, I should say. And I don't think we have a transition. It won't let me put one in anyway. So I need to zoom back out a bit. And we need to get the SID inputted into the flight plan. So bear with me whilst I learn the aircraft here. Flight plan. Aha! So this is our flight plan, insert temporary, there we go. That is our flight plan with our SID correctly inputted in. Again, it's nice and simple because you have SimBrief integration with it, which is great. So we've got our SID inputted there, as you can see by the Samba. I won't put my star in just yet. Or standard arrival route, should I say, just because I don't think it's needed yet. We could do it because it's a short flight, but I'm not going to. So let's go to the init page. Navigate. So yeah, we've got the MCT VOR tuned. It's obviously automatically tuning VORs like an Airbus will, because it's smart. But yeah, we're not going to have to worry about tuning anything. Apologies for that mic disturbance there. Yeah, so performance. So we don't need to do performance yet. Getting used to a new aircraft is something which you need to get used to, like really. Like this is such a complex aircraft. IRS available in 3 minutes. They are all 3 IRS alignments are available in 3 minutes, which is when our map will show up, if you will. Closer you are to the equator, the faster those will align, which is great. So yeah, we've got to wait 3 minutes for those. Is there anything which I could probably do? We've got our init, we've got our flight plan inputted. I mean, we could. I'm not going to use GSX today just to save a bit of time because I know people are just going to want to look at the aircraft more than anything. We could get our air pressure, or QNH in other words, set, and that is 1025 in hectopascals for Manchester, which is here, the QNH, which it's not in hectopascals, so we've got to change that. 1025, and does that change both? It does, so a little less realistic than you know, you can say, but at the end of the day, it's a free aircraft. But with the expectations of fly-by-wire, it's you would expect them to model things more realistically, but it's all good. Can't complain. And I can see that the IRS is about aligned because the map is starting to show. Aircraft load. Get the 0 fuel weights in. Main and oh yes, because we have an upstairs, don't we, in the aircraft. So I'm assuming this is coming in from SimBrief. Is this because it's GSX? No. So we'll do an instant refuel. No. I'm going to have to change that GSX option in the settings. GSX payload, and so we'll turn those off. And we'll head back. And yeah. So yeah, now we can. So a little word of warning, if you have GSX integration with third-party options, you've got to turn these off if you would like to just use the fly-by-wire loading systems, not GSX. Just something to be aware of. Yeah. So fueling has done, because we did it on instant. You can do it on fast or real, instant, fast or real, up to you. Let's begin the boarding. As you know, we don't want real. Put it on fast. Yeah. So we've got some upper. So the upper is filling up first by the looks of it, unless we are just filled with the first class seats. Oh, so irises have aligned, so we can double check our flight plan now. So plan, just like any Airbus, like the A320, A321 and A319 from Phoenix, or the fly-by-wire A320 Neo. There's our flight plan. We can head back to the flight plan page on the McDo. Is it called a McDo on this? I'm assuming it is, although it could be called an FMS, I suppose. You know, who knows? I'm gonna go. Now that's better. Zoom in and out a bit. 20 seems alright. I mean, does 30? I think we'll do it on 30. So I'm assuming we press this button. Oh yeah, we do. So you press these little like arrow buttons where the cross is or my mouse is to go through the flight plan, up or down, to check that all the waypoints line up and there's no discontinuities that you have to sort out. So we're going to go through here, just checking. Of course, we will have a gap once we get to the star, but that's expected as we haven't inputted the star yet. And Bibax, yeah, and then that's at LFPG. So our flight plan is all correct and we'll line up. So we're going to go back to the top. I don't think there's a shortcut for that in this plane, but who knows. We're going to go back to the arc mode, and yeah, I'm going to zoom that one out a bit more. I'm going to put that on an 8, no, put that on 40. 80 is a bit too zoomed out for my liking. What else can we do? How many passengers have we got boarded? Or we have 250 out of 298, so we're nearly done boarding. Yeah. And generally the performance isn't too bad, but you have got to consider I've got no traffic in here, so yeah. I'm going to have to look at performance in the plane. But it's not as if I've got a bad system either, though, that's the thing. So if I head over to here real quick, and I'm going to post my specs in the chat just so you're aware of what I'm sort of working with in regards to performance. So here we go. I'm going to post those into the YouTube chat just so that you're aware of what I'm working with here. do it in two separate chats, I suppose. That's 1, 2. So that's there. So that'll get you like the gist of what I'm working with here to run this aircraft. I've pinned it at the top as well. So yeah, it's not exactly a bad system in any means. So, you know, yeah. So next up, so we've got our aircraft loaded. So next thing to do will be to put our, where is the where do I get the fuel predicaments in this plane? Fuel and load. Oh, there we go. So this is our fuel predicament page. Realistically, we should just be able to. Actually, no, you can't actually send it down in the fly-by-wire. It's the Phoenix that you can do that with. Apologies there. So our zero fuel weight and things. So we've got a 330. So we'll have a 33.9. 330.9 on zero fuel weight and 35.26. 35.26. Well, actually no, we should really round that up. 35. 30. What is it? 35.26. So that'd be 35.3. Forgetting what the number was there. 35.3. Block fuel. Fuel planet. Is it gonna? Fuel. $26.4 tons. 26.4. And that'll populate everything else. I'm hoping that I have inserted that incorrectly. But we'll see, I suppose. So, performance we need to do. Welcome into the stream, Aviation UK. Hope you are doing well. So, we should really get prepped for pushback now, because well, we need to get the APU on first. Don't want to disconnect external power before getting the APU up. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. Start the APU. Let me have a look what that says. To open the where is the open in web browser? Oh, there we go. I have a question. How do I get the A380 on the Xbox Series X? Unfortunately, you can't get it on Xbox Series X as it's an external mod from FlyByWire. So it's a PC only mod, unfortunately. That was a quick APU start. APU is on, so APU bleed come on. Fuel pumps can come on. There's a ton of fuel pumps. Seatbelt signs can go on. Beacons don't need strobes. Logos. Are they even operable? I have no idea. But I think the logo lights are operable, you know. Interesting. We don't need any of those on, so that's all good. We've got a few pumps, got checklists in here. No, does the A380 have checklists? Yes. It is unfortunate that you can't get these like good aircraft on like Xbox, but just the way they're made, I suppose. You can't use external add-ons on Xbox, it's just not possible. I used to be an Xbox player myself, so I know the pain. Well, they do have the PMDG stuff over there, which is good. So I think we're just going to get ready for pushback now. I'm not entirely sure if G6 is going to work. Might be working. GSX. I need to get the GSX sounds on, I think. That would help. There we go.
Hello, Captain.
Oh, there we go.
We are ready for pushback.
I had the GSX sounds muted there. Interesting. Where's the transponder in this aircraft?
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Is it not down here? I don't think it's actually down here, is it? I think it's in the tablet or whatever. I'm pretty sure the transponder is in here. Yeah, it is. So we want TA only. We want TA only there for now. And yeah, transponder set. We've got the pushback tug connected. We do.
Locking gear.
See, this is the A380. Beastly aircraft, not gonna lie. beastly. Though for some reason when I go out there it gets really quite laggy, so I'm I'm sort of staying in the cockpit for now until I get until I can find something which helps with the performance. Considering that I'm having issues, I can't imagine what other people are going to have. I mean, those with 4090s sure might be in a good position, but other than that, I think everyone's going to have performance issues in one way or another. It's very VRAM heavy, that's for sure. Can we not? Oh, yeah, I need to do that. So, we want to face, well, which is taxiway Papa and which is taxiway Lima? That's the question. Taxiway Papa, I believe, is the one we want. Yeah, we want taxiway Papa. Continue pushback. Taxiway Papa. There we go.
Release parking brakes, please.
Release parking brakes. Done.
Commencing push. All
External
engines
power
clear.
off.
Start at will.
Should have taken them off before, but yeah. The APU on anyway. We need to get the engine start selector on, which is on the overhead panel in the A380, which is something people will forget. So IGN start, one notch to the right, and then you see these light up, and we're going to get engine master 1 fired up, which is this engine. As you see the silence, I can hear it. I can see the bleed coming up, which is this one here, but engine 1, the bleed is going in, so it's obviously getting some nice air in from the APU bleed. And as you see, the engine is now firing up, and I can subtly hear it as well. And I believe I have the cabin door open. Hey, that won't help things. Close that. Also, I'm not sure how good this pushback is going to be, but we'll go and see. It is GSX, so you never know what it's going to do. I am aware that I'm probably on the completely wrong control scheme for my flight stick, and that's so I might have to look at that. Well, there we go. Yeah, we're going to have to change those control options, because I'm on a Boeing 737 profile, which isn't going to help. There we go. God. So we start engine 2 now. Well, the second engine's spooling up. Where are you pushing us? So they're the engines there. So
Please set parking brakes.
Set parking brake. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look. The overhead panel.
Unlocking gear.
Just double checking things here. I have a feeling that I have done something wrong. I could be wrong.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Yeah, those engines.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
I mean, might be. Seem fine. I'm just gonna start engine 3. Again, I don't know what to expect with this plane, so things go wrong. Things go wrong. I can't do anything. And also, I need to set my throttles up because I only have 2 throttles. I'll sort that out in a minute. So let me 1025 there. Let me. I should really set that up, you know. This is incredibly intense. What the hell? Bugger off. This is the problem. I'm gonna actually go and do that now. Control options. I need to get 4 throttles and not 2. So power management throttles. See, I've only got 2 throttles. It's not gonna help with an A380 with 4 engines. So we want I'm just gonna, let's see that bear with me. Throttle throttle 4 and 3. So I need to double check my bloody Boeing 737 profile. Let me just no. I do apologize for this. So I've got this one doing 3 and 1, and this one doing 4. So that's throttle 3. That's throttle 3 and 1. And that's throttle 4 and 2. So what I could do is copy that, the good old Phoenix profile. So that's going to be 2 and 4. So I'm going to want the X to be 3. Throttle 3 axis. Pretty sure it's just axis, isn't it? Throttle 3 axis. And I want joystick L-axis X. Joystick L-axis X. L-axis X. L-axis X. That one. Validate. That's that one. So I now need to do throttle 4 axis, which will be throttle joystick L-axis Y. Joystick L-axis Y. That one. Validate. F11. And let's have a look. back into the sim, and there we go. Our throttles are now set up. I should post a video tutorial on how you do that, because of course you've only got 2 throttle sticks if you've got the 1 throttle quadrant, so you gotta get 4 engines, of course, which is what I've just done. It is possible. So now let's start up the last engine, engine 4. Bleeds coming in slowly. I'd have expected to be in the air by now, but you know, it's a new aircraft. Problems arise. It is all good. I'm going to put the transponder on TARA now. And I'm going to get my V-speeds inserted. So I'm going to go to SimBrief and use SimBrief for this, with their integrated takeoff data. Let's see, I should be able to calculate those. So according to SimBrief, we can use flaps 1. So let me... Flaps 1, which we won't set yet. That's irrelevant for this. Thrust will be flex. V1 is gonna be 129. Interestingly enough, 129. I'm just gonna use the keyboard. Much easier. 129. Rotation is gonna be 129, and then V2 is gonna be 148. 148 for V2. And it's going to be a flex takeoff at a flex temperature of, let's see, where's the temperature? 48 degrees. And our takeoff shift will be 11. So that transition is 5,000 feet here, so that's correct. Push it in there. I'm not sure. Does this plane have VNav? I'm pretty sure they said it didn't, but we'll see, I suppose. So yeah, that's all good. So we've got everything set. We're going to arm the spoilers. We're going to get flaps 1 set. I want flaps 1, thank you very much. There we go. You can hear those. Just auto brake RTO. Armed. Takeoff config test. I'm not sure where that button is in this plane. Is it down here? Somewhere. Takeoff config. Well, it won't do it yet, I suppose, but you know. We can take the APU bleed off now, I suppose, in the APU, because we've got engine power. We can put the engine start selector back to normal. And we can get taxi lights on. Taxi lights on. We'll get the strobe lights on, even though we don't need them on just yet. Just get them on ready, I suppose. And yeah, that's pretty much all good up there. QNH is set. We have yeah, so I'm not sure where trim is. Just happened. My SimBrief has cut out unexpectedly. Oh no, there we go, it's back. Yeah, that's all good. So back to Navigraph So let me. So there's our plane. We are taking off from 23 left, which is the furthest runway. So we need to go all the way over to there. So we're just going to go straight through, really. Yeah. So let me. So we're just going to get going now. Wasted enough time doing sod all. So let's get the parking brake off. Get a bit of power into the plane. To get it moving. I'm not sure how much power this plane needs, so bear with. And we're moving in an A380 in Flight Simulator. Never thought the day would come. So I'm just going to head straight through. 2-3 left. Because there's nothing here. Nothing to worry about. Straight through. Got her. For this completely unrealistic flight, but just a test flight for this plane. And so far I'm really happy with it. Apart from the performance, it's great. A bit zoomed out, I suppose. There we are. I'm just going to follow this through. The rudder twist. Don't have rudder pedals, just twisting the stick. It's quite hard to control at times. It's all good fun. We did arm the spoilers, right? Yeah, we did. We did put a bit more right rudder in there. And there's our runway, just up there. All good. And don't worry, I will have tutorials going up for this plane at some point. Although I bet someone better will beat me to it. Here we are. Now this will be a test if we set up the plane correctly for the takeoff. As we're going to do it. Crazy. We should have put the landing lights on, but you know. Wing lights, takeoff lights, you know, strobes, everything. For some reason logos don't work. I'm not sure if that's a bug. But they don't work for information. So, shall we get going? Just make sure everything's set correctly. Takeoff config, test, which is here. Takeoff config normal, so everything should be alright. So let's get going. About 50%. I don't think my throttles are set correctly in this plane. Oh dear. You never know. I suppose we'll just do a toga out then. Unless we can do a... Yeah, our throttles aren't set up correct in this, so we're just going to do a toga. Positive rate, gear up. Thrust speed, flaps up. Slight turn to the right. Positively climbing. Through 1500 feet, AP1 can come on. Lever climbed, which is where flex is in this, because I haven't set my throttles up. It's going to be a problem. It's alright. Is there a VNAV component in this plane? We'll find out. I'm pretty sure it does, because it's controlling the rate of climb. It's lowering it as we're getting closer to 5,000 feet, so I'm assuming VNAV does work in this plane. It's alright, we're above the clouds. Screw you. So far so good though. Apart from forgetting to set my throttles up, it's been successful. It's alright. If that does happen, just put it into a toga and you should be alright. Need to get some nice wing views set up. Don't have any. Spoilers can be disarmed really now. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet, so I suppose we could get standard QNH on now. As shown. Flying at a restriction of 250 knots. As we climb out of Manchester. Well, say climb. We will be soon, but not yet. And there's some of Manchester, I suppose, below the cloud. Through Samba we can ignore all restrictions and just get straight up. Get your constraints up by pressing that button. Let's see, auto throttle came on once we set the toga. Flight directions have always been on. Yeah. So there's Manchester there, so we're basically facing the runway. Just there, we're facing 23 left. And this is the point where everyone tunes out, and then yeah. I do find it quite funny actually. How the views just increase as you take it off. It's quite funny, not gonna lie. But anyways, that is a successful departure out of Manchester in the newly released FlyByWire A380 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Awesome. Do hope everyone's all well. There's Samba, where the restriction of 5,000 feet ends. get some wing views set up if I've got time in the climb. Might as well. Because I like my wing views, and I have got to get any. After this stream, I'm definitely setting up my throttles, because that's going to be a problem if I do this again. There's Samba. So we can get right up to 39,000 feet after that, so get that set and ready. 39,000 feet. I want to push it in, because I want it to VNAV to manage it and not me. The engines are spewing up now to climbers. So VNAV must work to a degree anyway. God. Is it meant to climb this steep? No idea. Probably not. It's only a 7. Bloody hell. You need to calm down a bit. Suppose it has issues with VNAV. Suppose. But it's decreasing. So, yeah. It seems alright for the most part. I'm going to manage it though, because it seems like it's going back up again. And this is dangerous. So, I'm going to set it to 3,500. Oh. 3,500 foot per minute climb. Pushing it in. I want to push it out. You daft thing. There we go. There we go. It's decreasing now. So VNAV probably isn't up to par, but they did say something about that. So it's all good. At least we expected it. $3,500 foot per minute should be fine. I'm just going to decrease the volume a minute whilst I head into the exterior view. There we go. Here's the plane in all its glory. Oh, it's a massive plane. Massive plane. Absolutely. Awesome. I mean, now we're in the air, the performance doesn't seem so bad, so, you know, consider we were down at Manchester, you know, but it is still performance heavy. I won't deny that. It is performance heavy. But when you're in the air, it's generally pretty nice. Anyways. So here's our climb phase. Heading up to cruise phase. Ascent phase will be next. There you go. I'm just doing 3,500 foot per minute climb. Nothing too major, nothing too, you know. Climbing is up at a good rate, but not too high. And then our speed's alright as well. Let's the volume back up. And let's get some wing views. Through the door. Door? Oh, there we go. Door opens. We're just going to hope the plane's in a good state and it won't mess up. So, yeah. Fingers crossed. I forgot to start the chrono. Silly me. Anyways, let's get some reviews. Xbox controller powered up. And let's go and look around. This is the lower deck of the aircraft. Let's see, what's this? Oh, it's not as easy to see when you're in the dark. So I think we need to go forward a bit to get an engine view. I'm going to change the weather, the time of day even, so I can see better. There we go. It's better. Set up the wing views better now. Oh, look at those engines though. Look at those. I'm going to set it there for now. Should I? How far are we? That's the very last window, so we'll set it there for now. Shift Alt 5. We'll head over to the other side and set another wing view. Set that one, Shift Alt 6. I will just double check. We are fine in here. Oh, AP1 disengaged. Oops. My bad. Look at those wing views. Wing views. Right, let's get some proper wing views now. Those are the engine views. Let's get some wings. I can't believe they actually modelled the cabin though. It's crazy. That'll be a nice wing view. Just doing basic things now because it's a short flight, this aircraft. Right, I'll do those for now. We can of course head back later. Top of descent. I'll think about me climb first before I think about the descent. There we are. Well, I mean, one thing's for sure is we can fly the aircraft to a degree. We put it in the air, you know. That's one thing. I'm going to decrease the rate of climb now as we approach the top of climb. Take a look at the wing views. I can't wait for some liveries though. That's the main thing. really get that down now as we head to the top of the climb. There we go. Top of the climb being reached. Right. Got a top of descent marker in this plane? We do, so that's all good. Just double checking just so I don't miss it. Yeah, the seatbelt signs off to auto, get those to auto. Landing lights can of course come off, wing lights off, nose lights off, beacons, strobes, keep my nav lights on. And yeah, awesome. Awesome. We're just cruising up now. So we're on an out cruise now, so it's definitely cruising as it should be. Let's see. Turn a light on in here. Definitely needed. Ooh, I think I'll go back to live time. There we go. Set up here, get the first officer view. All good. There we go. Awesome. Wing views are set for now. And there we are, cruising along at 39,000 feet in the A380 Microsoft Flight Sim. It'd be insane to do a massive long haul in this. So descent, cruise. Our approach, get our flight plan, destination, PG, runway. What runway are we coming into? 9 left for Paris. Approach will be the ILS if possible. ILS 9 left. Transition. With a Mach 7 Echo, I think. That'll do. ILS 9 left, so ILS 9 left. Via Bibber 9 Echo. go. Bibber 9. Transition bib out. Just double check this. I think I'll just change this, so we'll do the Bibber 9 Papa. Oh, right, okay. Oh, I see what I've done. I see what I've done. I see. Bibber 9 Echo. Bibber 9 Echo. Bibber 9 Echo. This is what the wire's for. Unless that's... we will have a discontinuity hit, that's expected. But we should just be able to clear it if that board's available. Not too sure if it is. Alright, so you just click on it in the A380 then. Let's have a look. The flight plan now. Zoom out a bit more. So Bibax, Colive, Mobile, and the ILS. Absolutely no issues there at all. So I'm happy. So let me... So we're going to be going down initially to 240. Double descent, which is just there. So no worries yet. It's just to be aware of, I suppose. It's really getting dark now. You literally can't see out the windows. You literally can't see the wings really now. But you know. I think I'm going to change the time of day because I think we want to see it all down. So we'll change it to daytime. It's absolutely awesome, heck. Shot of that. Solar. Awesome. So, in terms of our descent, so we'll go down to flight level 240 initially for bivacs when we reach our descent. The ILS interception altitude, that would be 4,000 feet. So, awesome. Slowly reaching our top of descent. Slowly. I expect people to tune out now, but it's all good and well. Not a judge. Zero input in there. So we'll get down to 240 now, just so we're nice and prepared. This is our first flight in the A380. Need to be there for bivacs, so yeah. And after that we'll go down to 4,000, I think. Straight down to ILS interception altitude. hoping that the wireless frequencies auto-tune in this plane, because I believe they do. Get down into Paris. Enter destination data, so approach. What are the winds doing down there? 143 knots according to fly-by-wire, so I'll believe them. 143. 143. Q&H is... What the hell? It's just, yeah, put out. So, Q&H is 1026. Temperature is 11 degrees. Flaps should be full. Transition is 6000 feet. Minimums, we will need Navigraph for that. We are a category. Are we a category D aircraft? Delta even? 578 either way, doesn't matter. So 578 for the minimums. Yeah. Radio minimums. So we've input our barometric minimum, we need our radio minimum now. The radio minimum is the one in brackets on your Navigraph, by the way. So that's our radio minimum. Flaps full according to SimBrief. Of course. Let's have a look at MSI after burn. Let's look at some numbers. If that's possible. There we go. There are our numbers. Frame generation is off, remember. And that's what I'm using on my PC right now. So 16 gigs of RAM really wouldn't be enough. So yeah. Tricky one. So runway conditions are dry today in Paris. There isn't like a a calculator, is there, for your landing in here? Isn't. So I've got to use SimBrief on my head. But that's destination data done anyway. We are descending, of course. Doing really well on the speed. Hope it can get good. I think it's a bit of a slow rate of descent, to be fair. Get it down to 4,000 now for ILS interception. And that puts us at a constraint of flight level 1, which is 10,000 feet. Which is fine. Airbus will constrain those, will comply to those constraints for you, so don't worry about that. Wonder how the performance will be down in Paris. It's not a payware scenery, but it is still scenery, I suppose, handcrafted. Using 11.5 gigs of VRAM. Very intensive, certainly for an aircraft. But generally, frame rates aren't the worst. You know, you could say they could be worse than what they are. Yeah. I do have to get it working with frame gen on. I was getting that stupid glitch where VRAM's just an imitation, so it flickers about. So I didn't use frame gen for this stream. This looks like we can use auto brakes too for this landing. That'll do us. I'm gonna get me seatbelt signs back on and things. Get beacons and strobes on so I don't forget. Wing lights on as well, and we'll leave the landing with those lights until we're on the ILS, I suppose. Or below 10,000 feet even. It's probably a better one. I'm getting lovely wing views. Heading into France now, so we're going to be getting close, that's for sure. Awesome. It's quite nice to see an easy aircraft to do when you get used to it, because it is an Airbus at the end of the day. That's our approach phase, so we'll keep it on that page, I suppose. Greenwich was 1026 down here. Slightly less windy here down in Paris than Manchester. in the Phoenix A320 and that, you don't actually have to put the radio minima in, you just have to put the barometric minima in. But it's quite interesting that you have to put them both in the A380. Interesting. So I'm getting so. There's a lot of buttons here, but when you break it down, it's not as complex as you think. We've got our first officer seat. Not sure why it's still saying enter destination data. It fills out everything it wants me to. Interesting. So we are completely descending via VNAV here. So yeah, relying on VNAV, which you shouldn't do. I don't know if it works proper at all. Need to get our speed down heavily now. So VNAV must be doing something right. Thick cloud though. I have got the performance up there, but if you don't like it, then I can take it off. Just so I might make you aware of how heavy it is. 250 knot restriction, the next waypoint of Corliv. Our landing system on. Our landing lights and runway lights on, ready. Very nice. Hoping it's going to auto-tune the frequency for the ILS. Hoping it does. sharp turn, that's for sure. It does say ILS there, so assuming it's going to auto-tune for me. ILS. There's our ILS. Just double check. ILS frequency. I'm going to assume it's going to tune it. See, there's the ILS there, so we're getting very close. Very close. I think I'll remove the performance for the landing. So it is 109.35 for the frequency, which it has indeed tuned for me. So it definitely auto-tunes your ILS for you. That is confirmed. Destination. We want the performance approach page. How many miles out? I'm not sure, I'll check that. We have 4,000 interception. So we should be all good. The late IGA9 left is our interception point. 84 degrees of course. All good. Missed approach is 4,000 feet. So yeah, we are prepped for the landing. Activate the approach phase now. I'm just going to close that door. It might affect our performance in here, so just going to sure. And there you go, 25 nautical miles from the runway now, because the ILS frequency has now successfully tuned itself and is captured. Yeah. So we need to get our QNH tuned at 1026. We can pre-tune in this. That is a feature not in the A320. So we can pre-tune QNHs, which is useful. There's our glide slope diamond. As you can arm the localizer. "20 nautical miles out from the runway. Flaps 1. might be a bit late, but you know, at least we're doing it. Spoilers can be armed, don't think we'll need them. Perhaps two. Listen to that. Oh, it's so good. Oh, the noise, it's so good. It's just so realistic. I want you to get our QNH tune now. 1026. QNH 1026. We are a bit high, so it'd be useful if, you know, could descend a bit quicker, please. And I'll make sure that happens. Glide slope and localizer have activated, so flaps 3. Let's get this plane landed. God, the frames are getting into there now. Frames have cut drastically. God. Anyways, I might go get flaps full in a moment. So I'll get to the view. Flaps full. God, that noise is so realistic. "12 miles out from the runway. Ground spoilers armed. Thick cloud coverage. Proper thick. Quite a long ILS this, isn't it? Because 4,000 feet to go around altitude, don't need to do anything with that. It's just keeping on descending, because the glide slope and localizer have initiated, so therefore it won't listen to the altitude given in the plane now. It's just going to adhere to the glide slope now. It's going to descend on the glide path. 9 miles down to Paris. Our final approach speed, 134 knots, so I'm sure we'll hit that nice and easily. The runway is on the PFD screen now. get it down. Let's land this thing into Paris. Gear down, passing 2,300 feet. Pushing that gear. Awesome. It's very laggy now coming down to Paris, which I'm not surprised about, but you know. Frame gen wouldn't be giving you this issues, but because VRAM's a limitation, it does. If VRAM wasn't a limitation, it'd be fun. But I mean, basically, if you know your Airbus logic, you can fly this plane absolutely fine. It's just about, you know, finding the buttons, I suppose. You know, how the plane reacts compared to the A320. Let's land this thing. God, it's laggy. Through 1,000 feet in a moment. Cannot see a runway yet. I can see land, so the runway must be in sight in a moment. Let's have a look. Oh, there's the runway. It's right there. It's right there, but it's so cloudy. It's just insanely hard to see. Let's go. Let's zoom in a bit. I'm not sure where I can park here, but I'm sure there'll be a gate somewhere. It's a major airport after all. Bloody hell. Careful when you disengage the autopilot, it just dipped me so hard there. Bloody hell. I'm not used to this aircraft at all. Hey, we landed it. Burst us out. Through 60 knots. Manual braking. There we are, exiting the runway. On Zulu. Yeah. Flat retraction. Straight through. Cross this runway here. 27 left. Taking a quick look to the left and right. Nothing's coming. Should really check earlier than that, but because there's nothing on here, I sort of knew there was nothing there. Disarm the spoilers. Just double check. Should go down. Slowly, I suppose. Slowly but surely. Anyways, landing lights off. No, those lights. Taxi, wing lights off. All good. Give it a bit more power, I think. Where? Oh yeah, forgot it's not set up properly, is it? The thrusts. Yeah, where am I? Well, where do I need to turn? I think I need to turn this way. Yeah, I need to turn right here. Find a suitable gate for this plane to be able to park at. Landing systems can come off. Christ. This is crazy. Crazy, man. Crazy. I'm going to sort this plane out tonight with performance. Where the hell is mine? Wait a minute. Slot me out my bloody Navigraph account. Daft thing. Not responding, eh? That's not great. Bugger off. No idea where I am, but luckily the A380 is a nice little system I can use. Anyways, what gate can I use? I have no idea what gate I can use here. Absolutely no clue. But I'm going to have to do a long taxi here. I'm pretty gosh darn sure. Unless I can fit into one of these. I could theoretically fit into one of them. Whether I can, another question. You know. I don't know. Gate uniform. Is that possible? There's tons of gates here, isn't there? Bloody hell. Previous page. JK element. QRST. Well, you're missing out the gates I actually want. You know, that's just great. Well, where should we park the thing? You know what? You know what? I'm gonna be naughty. I'm gonna park it here. I'm just gonna park it here. Because I'm knackered. Well, yeah, because when I was landing the plane, it just decided to bloody put me on, fucking jab me down. Like, ugh. Anyways, let's see. Got any, I need to put the APU on. Gosh darn it. Well, anyway, the APU on. Wait for the APU to fire up and then we can turn the engines off. Anyway, strobe lights can come off, beacons, navs. Can't turn much else off now because I'm currently got the engines on, so yeah. Anyways, Well, here we are at Paris anyway. Listen to that APU come on. God, it's a heavy plane on performance though. I need to really sort that out. Not gonna lie. I'm not used to big planes. I'm used to A320s and small planes, so yeah. Anyways, engine's off. Fuel pumps off. Tons of them. Absolute bloody tons. Let's see. We have external power, no, so we're going to have to stay on APU power. Seatbelt sides can come off. Those sides come off. Awesome. That is the flight. Let's have a look at the engines powering down. Madness. Got an external power unit anywhere? Gate is this? Don't even know. Doesn't even bloody tell me. Well, it's obviously not a gate, is it? But you know. Anyways, I think that was successful. And I believe that I'm going to restart the engines and see how bad that landing was. Put all my lights back on. Don't know why I turned them off. I just did. Let's put all them back on. Let's fire up the engines again. Let's see. Gonna be nice. Oh, it is. There we go. Engine 1 is firing up. Because we are going to land the plane again. Except we're going to look at it from a different angle. I suppose. Yeah. Put the flaps back down. Listening to those flaps as well. Bloody awesome. I don't think they will actually retract unless the engines are on. So, yes. That's a good point. Oh, right. I don't have the IGN start switch on. That is bloody why. Restarting the engine. Knowing I did that. There we go. There we go. The engine's actually starting now. Awesome. Anyway, Navigator can bugger off because I'm done with you. Right. One hour and 20 minutes on the block time there. Totally realistic for this plane, but you know. Test flight. Forgive me. Engine 2. Engine 2 is firing up. Awesome. Soon as that is available, we will start the next engine. Available, engine 3. It is positively starting, so other side, let's watch. Let's have a look. Spooling up. Oh. Should be available in a moment. Available should, there we go, last engine, engine 4. Positively starting. Bloody hell, it takes far too long to start the engines in this plane. 4 of them. But hey, it's a long haul, isn't it? Long haul plane. It's meant to take ages. Last engine is nearly available. There we go. All engines on. Finally. APU bleed off, APU come off. Engine start and go to normal mode again. And strobes on. And yeah, I think that's fine. Spoilers armed, of course. Flaps down. Oh, good. Let's get into the replay. Replay. Oh, God. Replay mode. Right. Let the plane settle. I'm going to skip it a bit. Oh, there we go. Resume.
Couldn't find valid airport data at this position.
Alright,
Services are not
GSX.
available.
Look at that. Here we go. Also, need to fix the plane by doing that. Yeah, really is just heavy. Resume.
Couldn't find valid airport data at this position. Services are not available.
Right, there we go. Let's have an exterior view of the landing. Hell, the lag. Heavy. Heavy lag. Leave it there. It was a smack, but first landing, it just dipped me when I disconnected the autopilot, so can't really say much. Might be a bug, that though. If you look at that, it just does that. Like, as soon as I disconnect the autopilot, just dipped the plane down. So yeah, didn't help matters. But watch, it's actually no, it wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad, you know. Could have been more centered, but generally all right for first landing. Anyways, let's get a wing view on the landing. Resume. And we need to disarm the spoilers and rearm them. There we go. Let's get a lovely wing view. I'll do the other wing view, I think. It's a bit better. See you later, Pip. Touchdown. Spoilers. Yeah, it wasn't so bad as I thought, but could have been better still. Well, that's the first flight in the A380, very short one, but I don't have the time to do a long haul today. But absolutely, it's just immense aircraft to be fair. I'm just going to do one more view of the engine, but, you know. Let's see. Let's do an engine view. Ah, see. Yes. Thank you very much. Round of applause. The wheels didn't get smacked down, that's for sure. Yeah. The engines are very wobbly though. It doesn't put reassurance that it's safe. Certainly could have used auto brakes 1 for that landing, but you know, 2 was enough, and that's all that matters. Oh yes. Right. I think that'll do. So let's see. Let's have a look. There we are. So let's see. That'll be it for today. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed it. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.